Look who's back. Back again. Scabbo's back. Tell your friends. Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. I'm in my car. I think it's Choir Boys Cutler Outdoors. I've had about 46 name changes. I think the only person that changes their name more than I do is Joe from the Steel Mindset. Here's the deal, and I'm probably fixing to change it again to just Choir Boys or something. Maybe Scab, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Listen, I just watched part of a video from Duty's Daggers. Big shout out to Duty and his Daggers. Let me say this. I'm going to go back and finish that video. If you don't watch Duty's Daggers, go over there and check him out. I tagged him in the title, I think. If not, I'll put him in the description. Listen, he did a video on why he doesn't like MagnaCut. Right? And he's well-spoken, and he gave his reasons. And, of course, I went straight to the comments. And, oh, MagnaCut's the greatest steel, and blah, 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 and all this. And it's very well-rounded. And people were telling him things in the comments that he said in the video. That's how you know somebody don't watch the video. They read the comments and then blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to be honest with you. I try to be as much as I can. But I got a little haughty. Got a little above myself there. And I thought, well, I don't have a favorite steel. And, he mentioned Lairn. You got to mention Lairn. If you don't mention Lairn, are you really even in knives? Old brother Lairn, Dr. Lairn. And I don't know why. Well, I do, but I'm going to leave it there. It's old Lairn. Listen, got a little haughty. I thought, well, I don't have a favorite steel. I just use it. Is it sharp? Does it cut? And got a little full of myself, which an old scab will do time to time. And then I looked down and felt like an asshole. And let me just share this with you. I feel like an asshole probably 3 or 4 times a day. I'm an asshole 24/7, but I feel like one 3 or 4 times a day. And I'm going to tell you why. I do have a favorite steel. Now, I know it's opposite. And here's the truth on MagnaCut. But it's the truth on any steel for me. Not everybody, but for me. If it's done correctly, I love it. Right? And the truth is, guys, I'm not a huge steel guy. If I design knives, if I had a knife company, if I worked in the knife industry, which at some point I may. I'll never design knives or make knives. That's not my bag. I may at some point work in the knife industry somewhere. That obviously is fascinating to me. I would really need to be well-versed. And just reading a few comments, Jared from Neve's Knives, who I love Jared, and a couple of other guys commented, and I realized, holy shit, I'm way out of the loop on this. My life is simple, right? I get up at 4:30 in the morning, I do my little bit of yoga, I go to work, I come home, I kiss Megatron on the cheek, we have supper, we do what we do a little yoga, and I go to bed. And all throughout the day, I post content on knives, right? I don't read. I do read. I'm an avid reader, but it has to be things that I enjoy. I love history. I love all that. Sitting down and reading how much chromium is in a knife is not in that group, right? Nothing against it. And again, if I worked in the industry or made knives or I would need to really pick that up. Jared's well-versed in that. And I realized by reading Duty's comments, I'm not. But I do have a favorite steel, and this is going to be a long video. And I'm going to wait till I stop. This is the Saner Scout from WC Knives, William Collins Knives. It was gifted to me by BlackieThomas. Both of those guys are brothers in the blade, and of course the red light will turn green. Well, I'll show you in a minute. AEB-L is my favorite steel, hands down, all time. William Collins AEB-L is, and this is opinion based on use, William Collins does better heat treat and working with AEB-L than anybody in the industry, hands down. Of course, that's a biased statement. That's based on my experience. This entire channel is based on experience. I cut with knives. I chop with them. I slice with them. I use the knives. That's where I gain my opinion on the steel. And in my most humble yet correct opinion, nobody beats Williams heat treat on AEB-L. Okay, my opinion. I'm not a super steel snob. If it cuts and if it holds an edge and all those things, man, I'm in. The one thing that you have to remember with knife reviewers is this, especially guys like me who put out a lot of content, who do post a lot, who are on here a lot with their knives. We rotate knives, right? So I may show you a knife. I may love the knife. I may use the knife for the month after I do the review, or if I need to send it back, whatever, but I may not come back to that knife. So edge retention for me personally, is not a monster thing, but, because it's just hard to keep up with. Understand what I said there. It's very important when it comes to use and all that. For me in the life of this channel, it's not. But that's how I know this knife sticks out. Or I'm sorry. When a knife sticks out because of edge retention, it really stands out to me because, and I know my eye's floating bad, I'll just close it. Because I use so many knives that it's hard to remember. Now, I'll wipe them down, I'll strop them, but it's hard to keep like a chart of me, sharpening my knives. This knife, BlackieThomas gifted me. Now, William made this specifically for Trinity. If you're not following her on her socials, I know she's on Facebook. I'll get all her info. It's Trinity Sainer. She's an awesome lady. She'll be at Blackie's this week. She was getting in a cutting competition or something, and she was using, I believe, Blackie's Blackbird from William. Okay, and so William decided to make her own for the competition coming up. I think that's the story. It doesn't matter. Bear with me. Both of these are in AEB-L. All of my William Collins have been gifted to me. Chris Hall has gifted me 2, which is insane. Blackie gifted me 1. And the fella who gifted me this, love him to death. I'm not going to mention his name. Some people aren't comfortable with that. I don't know if he is. Anyway, put this down. So then William crafted this knife. Blackie, this was one he was testing. This might have been a prototype. Again, this is, you're dealing with an old man and his memory. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I got the knife. Blackie had this knife for a couple of years. Gifted it to me. It was my first William Collins knife. I did the review. It cut like a monster. Said during the review, Blackie must have sharpened this up. Blackie immediately, he said, brother, I ain't touched that knife. Now, listen to me. It's been 4 years since this knife first started cutting. I've stropped it. That's it. It's AEB-L. I have the Gray Man. I have the Junior Field Lord, thanks to Chris Hall. Love you, brother. Can't wait to see you this week. I have cut and cut and cut and cut. Still going strong. AEB-L. This knife I've had for well over a year. Cut and cut and cut. So AEB-L, the Cat Panion that Ancora Knives made. AEB. I am a huge AEB-L fan. Are there any steels I hate? No. I haven't had the best experiences with OS 8, but that could be user. Listen, let's all go over to Duty's Daggers, check out his video. And when you check out his video, man, listen to what the guy's saying. Okay, sometimes we just want to jump on hot topics, how I did for this video. But honestly, listen, he just don't like the steel, and it's fine. I love this steel. Doesn't mean it's the greatest in the world. It is to me. It's the one I love. Put in the comments what steels you like, what you don't like, why. And of course, I know we'll get all the disagreements. Listen, I've got to do this part. There was a time in this country, and it's still going on, where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. We know they are. That's higher because it's the weekend. That's why here on this channel, I focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. Man, you have a place here. I back the blue. I say it's controversial. It's not. Some people unfollow and unsubscribe. Listen to me. Are all cops good? No. You know that. Are they all bad? No, they're not. The whole back the blue till it happens to you. Look at me real good. It's happened to me more than it'll happen to most. I've explained many times on here my standing on that. I'm not here to argue it with you or shove it on you or hammer your personal experience. And let me say this real quick before I finish this up. Everything I speak on this channel is based on my experience. That's one thing. You never have to worry about me just regurgitating something somebody else said. These are my experiences. I realize yours are different. Finally, if you are an addict, and God knows I am, God knows I am. I feel it on days like today. Never quit quitting. Well, love y'all. Let's go check out duty. I'm Scab. You're not. And we gone, son. How bad is that? That's a bad day. Watch this. Love y'all. I gotta wait a minute. If I don't, it makes it insanely hard to clip the end.